Oh, I didn't hit the music. Hold on. There it is. Oh boy. Oh.
Brought to you by microphones in the way.
Brought to
There
you
you
by
go.
diabetes.
Oh Lord.
He said, brought to you by diabetes.
Brought to you by diabetes. Yes, diabetes.
Diabetes and the ugly black man.
Yeah.
Those are sponsors.
So, yes. One day we are going to get a sponsor. It's going to be like, oh, sponsored by Yankee Candle. I don't know.
Man, that'll be the day with a real sponsor.
It would be nice. I don't. I feel like that's the day we have to stop cussing so much.
That is when you ask.
Sponsored by
That is when you can snap on me burping, because then we got an actual professional audience.
Sponsored by the Catholic Diocese. All right, kids. So welcome into Footbald, and this is week 13.
13.
Yes.
Game on Thursday.
Yeah,
it was a whopper. I liked it. It was.
I fell asleep. I watched the Pens game and fell asleep.
Oh man, that was a good game, man. That one was up there with the Philly and the Buffalo game. It was a back, and they were. That was a nice, yeah.
Well, here's what we learned.
NFL Network, they probably replayed it 100 times. I mean, if you really wanted to catch it, but yeah, man, it was a good one.
Well, here's what I learned. I just need to sleep during Thursday games. Is really the plan. But yeah, I was talking off stream here. Got some diabetes-esque news and whatever, and was a little sleepy boy. So watched the Pens game, fell asleep. Didn't really catch it, so kind of really all the analysis is going to kind of come from you here. So go ahead and shoot your shot.
First of all, I wanted to attack the style. Well, not attack, but go over the style or the way we predicted it last time out. Remember, we went over the top 5 fantasy players in that game.
Yeah.
We both went with CeeDee Lamb number 1. We both went with Pollard, I think, number 2.
Yep.
I think you went with Fergie number 3. Yep. Then you went with Metcalf 4, and then you ended it with Lockett. We both went CeeDee Lamb, Pollard. I said Metcalf, then Fergie, and then Lockett. Or no, I said Lockett and then Fergie. I put Fergie last. So the real results, we were all wrong.
Sounds about right.
I know. Metcalf was number 1. CeeDee Lamb was 2. I want to say Pollard was 3. Fergie was 4, and Lockett was 5. So you, out of the accuracy, you probably was more accurate than maybe I was. A little bit. But yeah, that's a great format that we, went through. But we were still in the same 5. I mean,
yeah.
And we said out of the 2 quarterbacks, Dak is probably going to perform the best. I don't know. I don't know the exact scoring. I think Gino, you left 70 sitting on that guy.
Yeah, I did.
I think Gino was the top quarterback, so we had that wrong too. So NFL, we know nothing. Yep. I mean, well, at least we're in the same ballpark, so to speak.
Yeah, we are. We were collectively wrong.
Yeah, it's like we're in the same ballpark, but we sitting in different seats in different sections than we thought we was. Like instead of on the 50-yard line, I'm in the nosebleeds, but I'm still in the stadium.
I felt bad.
Go ahead.
I felt bad because Will has Fergie, Cooks, and Gallup. He has 3 pieces there, and he started Fergie, and he asked me on Thursday morning. He's like, "Hey, Who do I start? Gallup or Cooks? Without hesitation, I'm like Gallup. Oops.
Yeah, Gallup ain't been getting no play in that offense lately.
Gallup got a target,
Yeah,
and zero
it's,
catches. I'm just like, how it 40 some odd points, and you got nothing.
yeah. I think Cooks had the better game.
Oh, absolutely.
Another player that we didn't really talk about that had significant points in that game was Charbonnet.
Yeah,
We both said that he wasn't going to do nothing. We were so hell bent on Dallas's defense, not letting
yeah.
anything. Nope. Um,
Nope.
another significant contributor, but doesn't apply to our league, was the kicker from Dallas. In my league, I was playing him. Motherfucker dropped 19 for a kicker. Like a kicker
Hey,
averages like maybe 8 to 10 points a game. This motherfucker had 19. I'm
this
like,
is why
oh,
we don't
man.
fuck with kickers, man. This is why we don't touch them.
He kicked like 4
Because
field goals and 3 extra points. Like it was a high scoring game, and they were kicking
yeah,
field goals like hell. So yeah, those are the most significant fantasy players in that game on Thursday. But it was a
JSN
basketball
did
fair.
JSN did a little bit. I think he
Yeah,
had like
JSN. I
let me
finally
see.
realized that JSN is Tyler Lockett 2.0. He's the younger version. He
Yeah,
is slowly supplanting
damn.
Tyler Lockett out of that offense.
He had 11 targets.
Yeah, Gino kept going to him,
Yeah,
especially on like third and fourth down conversions and stuff like that. Kept going to him. That's why I was like, that used to be a young Tyler Lockett. Now
yeah.
Lockett is like the Bobby Trees of this offense, like where he's that young, wily. He's that young. I mean, he's that older, wily vet that come in and move the chains. He's the Allen Robinson of the Steelers. Like the Lockett is no longer a significant contributor. JSN has slowly but surely, and now
And I
fully
think we
taken
talked
over.
about that in the beginning of the season too, where we're like,
Like, he's going to develop
who's
and
space, who's he
slowly.
gonna take? Yeah, who's he gonna take over for? And we were both kind of like, it'll be Lockett. So I wouldn't be surprised if they
Yeah,
kept bait with
Metcalf is
Lockett.
still in his prime. Metcalf is still a dog,
Yeah,
so yeah,
yeah,
Lockett's on his way out. Yeah, yeah. It's like JSN is that new lion to join the pride, and he's gonna get his shot at the top. So
yeah.
Seattle's top two receivers is going into seat next season is going to be Metcalf and JSN, and Lockett might even be on some old Adam Thielen shit
He may
as a
not
free
even be on the
agent.
squad.
Yeah, that's what I say. As a free agent for a team that needs like a veteran presence. That's about
Yeah,
it. This is his
Steelers are going.
last go at it. Yeah, the Steelers will grab him. Yep.
But you know what? He's had a good career, man.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
kind of like just a solid player. Like just
Well, he did the
from
same thing to your boy, your abusive husband. He came in and he was the JSN to him, to Doug Baldwin. When
yep.
Lockett, he was that brand new up and coming hotness, and he slowly supplanted him out. So it's only right that the same thing happens to him. I mean,
It's the
it,
progression.
it's like
It's
the
how it
jungle. I
should go.
mean,
Right.
it's natural selection. You only get to be on top for so long before another dog or another lion or whatever you want to call it come along and take over.
And it's funny, like we think about it, and it's like, oh man, this guy's been in the league for so long. It's like 4 or 5 years. It's like, oh god,
Oh
he's
yeah,
already
yeah.
a
The shelf
savvy
life
vet.
of the shelf life of an NFL athlete is the shortest of all the sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
well,
the shelf life of a running back, you got about 5 years to make an impact.
I thought it was like 3 or 4. I didn't know it was 5.
I
Golly.
mean, if you're the good ones like the Adrian
Yeah.
Petersons and um, Derrick Henrys, and they got 5.
Yeah. So
Three,
yeah,
three is like those flash in the pans where you're fantasy relevant. You're probably not going to the Hall of Fame. You just that player that everybody loved and remembered and got him some points, but you're not going to make a significant impact. Those 5+ running backs, those are
Najee,
the ones
Najee, Najee.
um,
Sorry.
Najee's been terrible from the beginning. I mean, even in his best year, I wasn't a big fan. I just wasn't.
No.
He never showed me enough. He never showed me enough speed and vision to get on board week in and week out.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just like a Daryl Henderson, man. That's what he is.
And we drafted him in the first round, and I was ecstatic when they made that pick. I was like, yeah, we got the back we wanted.
Oops.
Oopsie dazzles, as you would say.
Oopsie doozles. Yep.
Oopsie doozles.
But yeah, definitely a shame. I kind of conked out during the game. I will say, I was going against Tyler and CD. So
who in CD?
Lockett.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Lockett
Yeah.
didn't do much. Yeah, I had him in the middle. I think he had like 9.
And I strangely enough, I was okay with what CD did. Based on what he was doing. I'm like, this was like a down week for him compared to the other one. So I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, he still got his touchdown. He still got some yards, but not like the past five weeks he's been performing and putting up. Nothing close to that.
Yeah. Kind of a shame DK finally showed out for you now where,
that was huge. That was
naturally he did.
Man, when I seen that first play, I was at work. And I thought I was looking at like an old replay of a older game. I thought like the announcers was referencing a game that he had back in when DK first hit the scene. I was like, I know that didn't just really just happen. And I hit the rewind. I was like, holy shit! I was like, man, because it was a long bomb too. Like,
and
then he got another one. And then he got another one. I was just like, oh, this dude got the hat trick for me. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's probably the best. That was his best performance of the year. I'm like, yeah, you would wait till I'm totally out of it to fucking snap the fuck out.
Right. Well, I looked at the before we get into the matchups here. I did look at the standings here because I am curious, and apparently, if I win one of the next 2 games, I solidify the number 1 spot.
So you need to just win 1. You can
just
even
win
lose
1. Yeah. So I play.
Yeah, because you already got 1 game up on the second place team, and if you get 2 games, it would be impossible for him to catch you at that point.
Yeah, like I could even lose both games as long as he loses 1, because I still have the point part of it. So I don't think that's going to happen. I'm probably going to win out, but whatever. But all right, so let's get into these matchups and how the new format's going to be and all that jazz. So, India, Tennessee. Obviously, the big news is JT is on the shelf. I'm not sure how long that's going to be. As I kind of made a point to put out there, I grabbed Moss like 2 weeks ago just for giggles, and I stumble fucked my way into a juggernaut there.
You did it as you did it for shits and giggles, and now you got to stand up on a Comedy Central and shit. It's like, damn, I ain't really expect my show to take off this quick, but
yeah,
here you go.
But you know what? What do we tell people? We said, look, it's handcuff season. It is handcuff season. You need to get those backups. If you have room, stash them and see what happens. And there you go. So doesn't always happen, but you also don't want to sit there.
Me, I always question whenever you get good quality players, where is you putting them and who is you sitting down now? Now that you got Moss, where is you putting them where you would have normally, if you didn't have them, who would you be starting?
Oh, a second tight end. So this.
Oh, okay. So now you just going to do away with the second tight end and you got stable backs. Good.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did grab Zach Ertz and I dropped him immediately. I was like, see what happens. And I was like, no. Then I saw McKinnon's out again, so I grabbed
I was about to say,
So,
what Hilaire thing? I didn't understand that, and not even a
well,
little.
I I'm just gonna sit him on the bench, see if anything happens. Once again, it's
Even if
and
Pacheco, McKinnon, and whoever else they got go down, they ain't gonna get him keys back to Hilaire. I just don't think he gonna ever get them back. So
well, he got an uptick in snaps because McKinnon was out last week. So, um, just more of a wait and see thing. I mean, I'm not really worried about Ertz. I was more of a just grab him real quick. Then I saw that. I'm like, this could be useful. It could be nothing, but you know. But yeah,
okay, so Indy and Tennessee. So of these eligibles, instead of going through each and every eligible, okay, first let's start with the quarterbacks. Who is the more favorable quarterback?
oh God,
Ooh.
I mean,
Yeah, it don't even got to be the favorable quarterback because I don't want to word it as who's the better quarterback because some quarterbacks are better in real life than in fantasy. Who's the better fantasy quarterback? Who's going to have
Gardner,
more
Gardner,
fantasy points? Huh?
Gardner's more explosive. More explosive. He likes to
More
run.
more experience. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
and
Gardner.
I just
I
for
would put
whatever
my
I have
bet
like a
on.
soft spot for him. He's just a fun. He seems like a fun fella.
Yeah, I like what's his name's Berman. You know how you do them fastest 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I like his like little nicknames for Minshew. He's like Minshew, like he's like he's sneezing and shit. But yeah, yeah, he's a gunslinger. Definitely a
Yeah.
gunslinger. So I mean, I just don't know enough about Will Levis to tell you the truth. He's a rookie, and yeah, if I was
He
to
had that one game, and then everything else has
where
been
he threw
garbage.
three to Hop, yeah, and I sat Hop down that week, but I still won. But yeah, that was about it. Other than that, he's performing like a rookie. So um,
Yeah.
yeah, if I had to put money down on the table between Minshew and Levis, yeah, I'm going with Minshew.
Yeah.
So top five fantasy players in this game. Who's number one?
Oh, we're doing this game for the. We're doing that for this one's okay. All right.
Yeah, what did you only wanted to do that for Tuesday? What was the other format then?
Well, it was. Well, no. I mean, look, I got no qualms doing that at all. I just didn't know we were doing that. That's fine.
Okay,
Um. Well, here, let me ask you this: would you start Pittman or Hop?
Pittman.
How gross is that?
No, Hop has how Hop
It's
has
weird.
arrived and landed right there. I mean, I'm not gonna
It's
go.
weird.
I'm not gonna say he is as far digressed as Lockett, like we just discussed, but
Mm-mm.
he's 1 or 2 seasons from there.
Yeah. All right.
So of the top scorers in this game,
I'm going. All right. So number, and this is maybe a little biased, but based on what he did when he had the keys, I'm going Moss number one.
mm, I don't think he can jump on that moving train that fast. But go ahead.
I'm going Moss. Um, Moss, Pity, Henry. Oh God, do I have to name five? Fuck. Uh, is
Uh,
there five? Shit. Um, yeah, Hop and oh God. Oh, oh wait. No. Let me walk that back.
I was about to bring up a name that you was just
Yeah. Yeah, all right. So I'm going Moss, Pity, Downs, Henry Hop.
based off of your ranking. You definitely think that Indianapolis is winning this game because they're obviously going
Yeah,
to score
yeah,
more than Tennessee.
yeah. Until this Levis news actually shows something,
So it pretty much,
and
I mean, this new format pretty much tells you, it automatically kind of spells out who you think is going to win the game.
yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
okay.
Um, number one is going to be Pittman.
Oh. Hold on. You feel anything about Traylon Burks coming back?
Fuck no.
All right.
Pittman. I think. See, man, if it was the old Derrick Henry, Henry would have been fucking
Yeah.
fuck this
Yeah.
year.
He would have been number 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna say, yeah, Pittman. Do I really want to go downs that quick? That's just two of them. Yeah.
See, the tough thing is,
Pittman,
how much are they going to have to throw? That's the thing, you know.
either one of them, yeah.
Well, I mean, Levis is going to have to throw, but he isn't really good at that.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go Pittman, Downs, Henry,
You bastard.
Moss, then Hop last. I just think that is, and then I think Indy got like other backs that they be spelling Moss with sometimes.
Well, the
I
coach
just
came
don't
out.
expect him to get like a full blown week 3 workload like he.
Oh no, the coach literally came out and said Moss is getting the vast majority of the workload. That's like pretty much a verbatim quote.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, he showed so much when
Yeah, he did.
And it's not like he wasn't getting play when Taylor came back. Like it tapered off, but when he was in there, he
it
was
was a
still
hybrid role. It went from 80 when Taylor first came back. It went from 80-20 Moss Taylor. Then it went maybe 60-40 Moss Taylor. Then it just kind of flip flopped the other way around, 60 Taylor Moss, and then to the point where it was like 80-20 Taylor Moss. So.
I don't know. It's going to be fun to see. I'm looking forward
Definitely
to seeing that.
Pittman to me is the number one. I think he has the most potential to score the most points.
I'm interested to see what he actually looks like with Richardson next year. Like how that actually goes, because
it seemed like when I don't know, it was a small sample size, but when Richardson was there, it seemed like he wasn't really finding Pittman. He seemed like he
running.
I'm about to say he was running, and he was like he had random targets. He didn't really have a favorite.
Yeah,
what he was doing.
Well, I mean, first year rookie kind of deal. Get your stuff correct. Get your relationships right. But you're coming back from an injury now. You're not going to be running around too much. You're going to be like, hey, fuck off, sit back there, chuck the rock, run when you have to, but stop doing this college option shit. Settle down.
Well, I mean, pretty sure that they've been explaining it to him since the surgery and probably leading up to the surgery was these are grown men.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sun these men anymore. You can't push their helmets down. This ain't college, and you're not playing against 2, 3, A recruits out of high school. No, these are grown men feeding their families, so you can't play with them. You're only going to take off when it really is necessary. Yeah, like they don't want to take away his God-given ability to scramble and all that shit. You don't want to take the Jalen Hurts out of Jalen Hurts, but you got to be pick your spots. Be a little bit more careful.
Yeah. All right. Oh, good God. All right. Atlanta at the Jets.
See, yeah. I don't think we have to come up with 5 because it's going to be impossible.
Absolutely not.
Until we stop. Put it this way, 5 is where we stop. We can do whatever we want up until 5. If you got another player that you feeling like this is going to, perform, by all means name them. But you don't have to match me and I don't have to match you.
Right.
Because there's been certain games that we've been on here, and I've been saying my eligibles, and you've been like, "Go ahead, let's go to the team." Like you didn't have any confidence in starting any of them. So if
And
that's
that's
how you feel,
usually that involves these two teams. Strange how that happens. I will say this: Brees Hall is hampered by a hammy. I guess Dalvin Cook was hurt too, and I thought it was pretty funny. They're like, "Yeah, he'll Dalvin Cook. He looks good. He'll be good for the game." I'm like, "Good for what? Motherfucker, don't see the field."
so
But
in
here's
this
my
game,
question:
who are the quarterback? Wait, is they still starting? No, they starting the Boyle dude, right?
Yeah. Tim Boyle and
Ritter.
whatever the fuck his name is.
See that's a hard question to me because I don't. They're equally terrible. But
Oh yeah, no, I literally they can shoot them both out of a cannon. Who gives a fuck? Like
I guess I will put you.
this is going to be the piss break game. Like I pity you if you live in Jersey or you live in Atlanta and this is on CBS for you. I apologize. Scott Hansen would like your viewership though. You could just go to Red Zone because good fucking grief.
The only thing you're gonna see out of this game is P. John Robinson breaking something, and Scott Hansen will show you that, and he'll quickly clip away from it.
Absolutely.
Quarterback.
There's
If I had put my money on the table, I guess I would put my money on the Ritter kid because
absolutely.
Boyle ain't shown me nothing. Ritter at least can maybe get you a rushing touchdown.
Yeah. This is going to be like a 17-10 game.
Yeah.
Fucking
Top
thriller.
fantasy player here, B. John, for me.
Yeah. Who knows what Brees will do? I don't know.
Right after him.
But I don't know. I'm worried about the hammy thing though. It's like, that's that scary injury. It's not like
Brees.
Yeah. It's not like you got like a banged up shoulder, like the hammy. That's that soft tissue issue, man. Like that. You look at Aaron Jones, this motherfucker still ain't right. So, yeah, yeah, you sure do. Yeah, it's crazy. They already rolled him out. They rolled him out yesterday. I was like, Jesus.
Man, that dude has played all of maybe 3 games this year, and one was healthy.
Mm-hmm.
The first game when he was healthy, and the rest they trotted him out and put him on snap counts and dumb shit like that. I've been severely that was like my top back in the other league, and I got absolutely nothing out of him. I got less out of him than you got out of Eckler.
That's saying a lot because Eckler's been
there's the pain that you know what I'm talking about. Eckler got more out of his season than this dude. I drafted this dude pretty much my top back. No, I think Chubb might have been my top back, and then he was
he was
right after something like that. But
Bijan's the only one worth talking about. He'll do Bijan things. Algier, maybe if you're interested in it. Cordero has been doing some things like unlimited like snaps. This dude has the juice, so it's kind of like it's fun to watch. It's like nostalgic. It's like this is my man.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. All it is remembering back in the day because it's like, damn, he still look like he got it, but they just he doesn't have the volume. They don't give him the volume, so he don't. You'll
and
never
honestly, it's gonna be one of those things where if he had the volume, probably wouldn't be that good. It's kind of one of those.
Had some couple wonderful years, and that was it.
Yeah.
Well, it took him forever to even for somebody to utilize him properly as just a running back. They tried to make him a punt returner and all types of shit.
I mean, he looked good, but it's also like, hey, he can do other stuff too, yeah? Yeah? Okay. No? Okay. No, we're not? Okay. Okay.
He said, yeah. So, yeah. Bijan.
That's it.
Brees.
I won't even touch Brees. I'd leave him be because who knows how that's gonna. That could either be.
You sitting in our league, you wouldn't sit down Brees on the bench.
No. I'm not saying bench him, but I'm saying in regards to like, we're statting it out. this dude could legitimately be a one playing out kid. Like that, it all it takes is one weird movement with that hammy. Sit down, 4 weeks, bye. So, uh,
What receiver would you trot out first between Atlanta's top and the Jets?
absolutely, Drake.
Yeah.
Absolutely, no chance in hell am I touching Garrett, which is such a weird thing to say ever.
No, he's such a great
But
player. He's such a good player. This is like his talent is truly going to waste.
yeah,
Really.
it's legitimately like Devontae now. It's like, okay, you can't get these years back, right? No, all right, it's a shame. All right,
Yeah, that's just the
we
difference.
spent enough time on this shit game. Let's go to the next one. My God.
Right?
Oh, what the hell was that? Can't read my writing here. Oh, Christ, that's a D, not a P. You dummy. So Detroit at New Orleans. So I'm going to ask you this question: can you trust any New Orleans receiver? Like to put you, like, can you trot any of them out that are healthy and feel good about it? Because I couldn't.
You said trust. Trust is a strong word.
Yeah,
I mean,
we have a
if I was taking
podcast
a
about that
flyer, I
word,
would
by the way.
probably, huh? Oh, yeah.
We have a podcast about that word too. Wink, wink.
Hmm. Yes, we do. X's.
Yeah.
Um, I would take a flyer on that Terry dude because there's nobody there. Everybody's gone, including Shaheed. Shaheed is out. What's the name on IR? Thomas? Oh, Alavi. I think Alavi might be playing. Yeah, Alavi. I would feel
Yes,
confident with it.
but you would feel confident, or like, all right, so
If I would trot
who,
him out and be expecting him to produce, yes.
all right, so
Mm-hmm.
Josh Reynolds or Chris Olave?
Alave. He said Josh Reynolds. No,
Okay.
yeah, that's one person that has been consistent in the offense is pretty much
Oh
him.
no, he is not, sir. Oh, he is not. Oh, he is not, sir.
Mm, I've been seeing the points. They
All
come.
right,
I mean, it
let's
might not be. Might not be killing it with touchdowns, but he gets peppered with targets consistently.
well, let's consult.
I mean, I know last game he left early with like a concussion or some shit.
Yeah. What the hell do you spell this guy's name? There it is. Hi. Okay. All right. So he started real strong. So I guess for the most part, he's just above his. No, all right, fair enough. I guess I just thought
I mean,
he would
you're
be
expecting monster
off.
games from him, but it's
Yeah,
like in between all of those big plays that Shaheed might have, or one of those weeks where Thomas might shine, he's slowly flying under the radar. Still he's a
yeah,
possession type of receiver where you know you might look up and not even realize he got 7 catches for 80 yards, and that might not even be
right.
highlighted. Nobody cares because he didn't get a touchdown, but he's been slowly producing.
You know what I think it is? I think Derek Carr is so fucking bad that it's
You think
it's
everybody
hard to
around him is
watch.
just as shitty as
Right,
him? Nope.
right. I mean, I'm still happy I traded him away because I feel like I think the return I got on him was much better. But all right. What about this? What about Goff?
Who's he playing again? Oh, Goff. Oh, Goff is. As far as the quarterbacks, we all know who's going to outplay
Yeah,
who.
but I'm
Um,
saying from like a trustworthy standpoint because it feels like he just makes his week in like the fourth quarter. Like it's like, oh, by the way, I learned how to play football.
I
Plus, he is
feel like
not a very good
Detroit's
road quarterback.
offense is becoming. and this was all over a lot of fantasy shows this week. Detroit's offense is becoming run oriented heavy. You got two backs. You got to that have a large diet, and you have to keep feeding them. And unless Detroit gets behind or they want to get cute, they're probably not going to ask too much of Goff. I mean,
Okay. Well, with this question then, with that being out there, Olave or Sun God?
I'm gonna go with Sun God. Sun God is nothing but Olave polished to the T. So Sun God is a better professional than me. Runs better routes. Has a little bit more experience. So yeah, the Sun God is where Olave is trying to get to.
But now add to that though the run first mentality
Sun God
and
still gets hit
knowing
because he's
still
a
okay.
possession receiver. Like
I
even
agree.
like they're both the same. They're almost the same, exact mirrors of each other. It's just one is a little bit younger and one is a little bit more polished than the other. But when it gets down to the third and fours and third and fives, it's going to either Olave or the Sun God. And Detroit might be running, but sometimes those runs turn into only 2-3 yard runs, and they got to move the chains, and they're going to the Sun God. So Goff is not going to take these wild shots down the field unless he has
No.
to. But those chain movers, he going to get those with the Sun God and Laporta.
Yeah. And plus, I will say Goff got a pretty play action kind of situation about him. So yeah. I guess
Yeah.
my concern with Goff is he just keeps not making his week till about the fourth quarter, and he is not a road quarterback. So,
Oh
but
yeah, he only plays well in domes. Yeah, he's definitely a.
but I mean they are going to a dome, so I don't know. My hope is that somehow Carr gets injured and we can see Jameis. That's what I want. Jameis forever.
You already know how I feel. Yeah, I would love to just see that for the rest of the season, just to see it.
Yes, why the fuck not? Just let's fly that fucking thing out there.
So, Goff is the quarterback of choice. Who is the top fantasy performer in this game?
I mean, if we're, I mean, New Orleans defense has been struggling the last few weeks. So, and pretty much everyone's literally running wild on them. So, it's a toss up between Monty and Gibbs. I mean, it's kind of like whoever's getting the goal line carries. I know it's kind of ambiguous, but I mean, personally, I want Monty because I have him, but um. If I'm ranking, I mean, this actually has people in it, so I'm gonna say Gibbs is one. Gibbs is one. Monty's two. Sun God is three. Just because I don't think they're gonna have to chuck it to him too much. He'll still eat, but well, no. I'm gonna put Olave third.
Okay.
Because I feel like they're gonna be playing catch up all game. Cam, and then Sun God. I know it feels gross, but I have to look at it where Cam gets so much play, so many receptions, and they're going to have to catch up. I feel like this is not going to be a competitive game. It's just going to be a game of catch up and whatever.
We are way off on our predictions. I mean, we way off on the order. My first order, Sun God.
Really?
Yep. 2, Monty. 3,
Nice.
Cam. Because Carr is a fucking short dump off fucking champion of the world.
Woo!
So, and then after Cam, Olave. I'm going with Laporta, man. I'm
So Gibbs isn't even in
don't
there
mean to
for
leave
you.
Gibbs out of it, but just Gibbs is still learning how to be that gadget. I mean, he's still just a spell kind of gadget type of guy, man. When Monty's not there, yeah, I got full belief in Gibbs. But when they're both on the field at the same time, I just think Gibbs is that take a play off type of player. He's not. He hasn't really shown me that he's a every down player. So it's just like he's
Okay.
like A Chain. Like A Chain's to Miami's Mostert. It's like okay, I know A Chain has some monster games, but if you're going to give me Mostert or A Chain and tell me to start one of them, I'm going to start Mostert because he's
Yeah.
just more dependable. Same thing. Like when Monty and Gibbs were on the field, I got more trust in Monty.
We'll see how that plays out. All right. Denver at Houston. So definitely a little worrisome on my side because
Tank is like
Noah Brown.
questionable.
Well, yeah. So they said Tank is questionable. Then they said he's gonna play. Then he said he's questionable again. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Then Noah Brown's almost like a game time decision. So I got both those guys. So I'm like, cool. All right. So I have to play that roulette thing, but
Is that a 4 o'clock or a 1 o'clock game?
that is a 1 o'clock. We're still in the 1 o'clock here. We got 3 more for the one
At least you,
o'clocks.
at least you get that information out the way early.
Yeah, well, you would hope. I'm hoping I'll get something around midnight to 1
Yeah,
a.m. something
tonight.
like
Yeah,
that.
you start hitting bullet points tonight. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But
quarterback.
yeah,
Of course, Stroud is way more. You're a damn fool if you tried out what Russell Wilson over Stroud. So Stroud's the number one quarterback. So who is the top fantasy producer in this game? Let's say everybody's healthy.
yeah. All right. We'll play that game. So look, he loves Tank, so I'm going Tank number one. Absolutely number one. Oh God. Oh, this feels so gross. I'm gonna go wash my balls. Oh God. Sutton number two. Oh yeah. I need an adult.
He said, "I need an adult."
Now I will say Dalton Schultz is not playing, so we're not going to count him.
Yeah, we can't.
He's already been ruled out.
Yeah. I'm not saying everybody's healthy like this is a fucking game of Madden and you can just turn the injuries off. I'm talking about the people that is semi-questionable, like the ones that are doubtful and already been ruled out. Let's rule them out.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm going Tank, Sutton. I'm going Nico, Javonte, and I guess Damian Pierce
or Singletary.
Yeah, I don't know who's really going to get the rock here. So if I'm allowed, I'm going to do like the hybrid Singletary, Harris deal.
Houston's running back position.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm exactly the same place you are. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
No, I flip flop.
Come on, put Judy in there.
Fuck. Shit, if it wasn't some of the injuries, I wouldn't even start that fucking dude.
5 years ago, maybe.
No, I think I'm a flip flop. I'm gonna go Tank.
Yep.
Nico. Then Sutton.
Okay.
Yeah, Nico eats, man.
I get it. Look, only reason I put Sutton up there is because he keeps fucking scoring.
He keeps showing up, and it's like, fuck, Russell loves this motherfucker.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden,
coming from the dude that owns the receiver that Russ don't even fucking see. It's almost like the Mike Evans fucking Godwin thing where Godwin don't even exist anymore. It's like, where is he at? So yeah, so Tank, Nico, Sutton. Because I got the back, I'm putting them last because I never get that lucky. So I'm gonna put Singletary or Houston's running back, and then Javante.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I dig it. All right. Oh God. The game that looks like it should be a beatdown, but I guarantee it won't be. Chargers
Oh,
at New England. Huh?
oh, I thought you was about to say because they always play down to their competition. I thought you was about to name good old hometown.
Nah, that's next though. But
Okay.
Chargers at New England. Uh,
Thank God if the Chargers somehow lose this game, they
listen,
hurt.
because Bailey Zappi's starting.
Zappy hour. That's another thing that
Yeah,
Chris
I
Berman
like
called
that.
him Zappy hour. I was like, oh shit. He always got a nice smooth nickname.
I like it. Can you
Mhm.
trust at all Herbert? Like, because they're talking about Palmer. He
Yeah, what is his status?
it's
Did they
they're
bring him
like
off IR? Or was he on IR?
no,
Yeah.
yeah, he's an IR. They're like
Oh, they didn't activate him by the day, then it's over. He ain't playing.
yeah, oh yeah, he's already passed his 4 week thing, and they're like he maybe could possibly play this year. I'm like,
Oh, so did they bring him off of IR?
nope, still on it.
Oh, well, yeah. You have to activate him by Saturday at like 4 o'clock in order for him to play.
Yeah, it's not
So,
activated. Yeah, it's just
he ain't
interesting
playing
that.
then.
Yeah, it's just interesting because they're super on the fence if he's even gonna play this year, and I'm
The
like,
rest of the year. Damn.
and I'm just in the yeah,
Jimmy finally got you behind the corner. He fucking gave you damage
right.
good.
It's the strange. It's and I asked the wife because she's a nurse, and she's like, yeah, well, I was like, I don't get it, man. Like he came in, he was questionable all week, played, looked like he fucking was about to get his leg amputated, came back in and was fine, and then after the game or the next day, they're like, oh yeah, IR. I'm like, the fuck happened? She's like, so basically after the whole thing happens, it can swell up and like all that
Well,
stuff can
yeah, I
actually
mean, like
show. And I'm like,
I've
oy.
heard players continuing to play on torn ACLs because the adrenaline is pumping so fucking hard on game day.
Yeah.
Either they're not telling anyone or they're trying to hide it. So they finish the game, but then soon as like I don't know, I played pickup. I'm pretty sure you play pickup turkey bowls and football
Yeah.
games. And during the game, I felt fine. But then once I sat down and relaxed for about 30 minutes, and that's when the pain kicked in. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucking old as hell. You're like, oh. But I didn't feel none of that when I was out on the
Right.
field because my adrenaline was pumping and I was tunnel vision. As soon
Right.
as that's what happens. A lot of those players, it seems fine. And then when they get in that locker room or they have a day to rest, then they fucking wake up and they got a fucking turkey leg and shit. And then it's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, what happened here? So I don't know, man, with Palmer. I mean, it's like you took Timmy behind that garbage can so many times and had him bent over. You turned around and picked up like a Snicker wrapper and he popped you in like boop.
Sure did.
You was like, oh shit, what the hell happened? He got you.
Yeah. But here's the problem, right? They are relying on one receiver and Eckler, and it's just not working. And he looks so bad back there. Like he's out there looking like Pickett. Like he's like a Pickett and Powell fucking combo.
No. I thought he was so desperate that he was gonna start throwing it to Guyton. No, not really.
Shit.
Yeah.
Right. Like, because that dude isn't bad. Guyton's good.
He's
Like,
not terrible. I mean, he's always like fifth, sixth on the depth chart, but as soon as the receivers known as the Chargers receivers start falling off like they do every fucking year, you get popped up in the pecking order. And I thought he was next man up, and I guess not.
I mean, I'm not saying you're going to play Zappy over Herbert, but
No, yeah, Herbert is definitely the quarterback of choice. Who is the top fantasy performer in this game? I don't even think we have to. Well, your
no,
number one
there's.
and number two might be different, but
I mean, it's going to be Allen and Eckler.
I thought you was gonna go Eckler Allen, but yeah, Allen Eckler is my top two.
Eckler's shit this year, man. Like I hate to say it, but he is shit this year. There's something wrong.
Oh, so you finally looked in the mirror and seen that there was a scar that you couldn't fucking cover up with makeup.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
like that broad that got like a fucking scar across her forehead, and you just kept saying, "I'll be fine." You kept trying to put makeup on that shit. And now you finally woke up and said, "You know what? This scar is here. I might as well just like put makeup around it.
yeah,
See if I can get away with what I do at the club."
yeah. That's just such an unlucky bad pickup, going from 6 week IR to like mediocrity at best. It's like, wow, man. Like,
I mean, like this whole year, has there been 1 week besides, of course, the game that you played with Bob where he got the touchdown in the
I
last
think
minute?
that was it. That was basically that.
No, but
Everything
I'm
was said.
saying like that wasn't. Was it at a monster performance, or was it that was what you needed to beat Bob? I'm talking about. Is there any weeks where you was like, he was damn near my most productive player this week? If I didn't have him, I would have fucking tanked this week. What's the most he scored this year?
Fucking week 1 was 32 points.
And that was
Um, he went on week 8, 9, and 10, 26, 23, 24. But his other weeks have been barely double digits and then a few single digits. And it's like that is not what you do.
it. For him to only, I mean, for you to spend as much capital on him, and for him to only you can only recall one significant game where his performance really helped you win. Yeah,
And
that's
I didn't even win. I fucking lost that week.
no, you won that week.
Week 1?
No, I ain't talking about week one. I'm talking about you can only recall one game where you were counting on his performance to
Oh,
win you
yeah.
the game, and it's only one time for you to spend that much draft capital on that player.
That's my fucking
Or,
horse.
I mean, like players that I drafted really high, a lot of them, I'm ecstatic about their performance, and I'm leaning on their performance pretty much multiple weeks, not just 1 week. Like I can't sit there and say, "Well, Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown won me that week," and I only got one time that I could say that. I got like 4 or 5 times where I'm like, "Damn, they carried the
Sure
fucking
do.
team." Yeah. So
Yeah, he is my horse, and I kind of wish he was glue at this point. He just is just he is annoyingly inconsistent, and it flows through Herbert. And I
that's
think
what I was about to say. You can't just really just flat out
uh-uh.
blame Eckler. You got to
No,
blame his surroundings. It's like,
yeah, but he also seemed like he was mistake and matchup proof, but like he's fumbling the ball and like he's just making these non Eckler mistakes, and it's like,
yeah,
wow,
I
man,
don't think
like
I don't think I've seen him make as many, like you said, blunders as I
yeah.
have this year. As,
I think there's something. I think he's still hurt. I think there's something wrong.
yeah, and they're just not
Um,
letting us know what's going on. Yeah,
which I don't know why, because they're pretty much out of the race, I believe, or at least like they're in it by a dick hair. So, um, yeah, there's
so
not much else to say. I mean, New England sucks. Who fucking cares?
well, outside of them two, the only player I would even consider to be the third is Ramondre Stevenson, and
Yeah,
that is it. I don't have no faith in no
that's
New England
that feels
player
like a
at all.
that feels like a fucking reach because he's just as inconsistent. But
Well, I mean, week in and week out, he usually don't drop, zeros. He at least put up.
yeah, well, right, right,
And he's, if New England somehow gets close to the goal line,
Yeah.
He has a nice percentage of.
I mean, he's gonna eat. I mean, absolutely,
Damn.
he's gonna eat. Like, it's just a matter: is he gonna do anything with it?
Yeah. So I just want to say that, yeah, those are the three players. It's Keenan Allen,
Yeah.
Eckler, and Ramondre.
Yeah.
With Herbert being the number one quarterback, I'm not touching anybody else.
Yeah.
You know, I got Everett. I don't even dare to mention. He's just a plug and play for fucking T.J. Hawkinson being on the bye for me. So
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I'll be watching with special interest. But as far as mentions, I shouldn't even mention him here because that was he don't deserve it. So let's move on.
All right. Arizona at Steelers. So we got the James Conner revenge game. So that could be interesting. I do want to put this out here. So I don't know what Hollywood situation is. He got a heel injury.
He's like a game time decision. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm because I liked this guy last year, and you picked him up and you played him. So would you play Greg Dortch or Deontay Johnson?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm playing Greg Dortch for real, but if I had Deontay Johnson and only had one slot to put them both in, I think if I was going with regular Deontay Johnson with no news in the media of him taking a play off, I would definitely.
We're talking about current Deontay.
Yeah.
This ain't mad, motherfucker.
I think I would go with Deontay because I think he got something to try to prove or something. Like it's like a squeaky wheel get the oil type of thing. So I think Deontay's gonna go out of his way to try to perform tomorrow.
I would go Dortch.
All the lack of effort and all that shit that just kept getting shown and over. Like, I mean, if you see, let's suppose we were doing this podcast and you slipped up and called somebody the wrong name or you made an error or a blunder, and all week you seen on the other shows about the other podcasts, you see this goofy rich motherfucker, he kept calling such and such, and you gonna be like, the next show you gonna be on your A game, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, let's say, let's say Hollywood plays. Did you play Hollywood or Deontay?
I still would trust in Deontay because Hollywood is good for YOLO motherfucking Hail Mary almost type of balls where the percentage of him getting a completed pass is less than 30%, whereas Deontay's is probably 50, 60%. So just from a PPR volume standpoint, I would go with Deontay.
What do you feel about the offense? You think that was a smoke and mirror thing, or you think this is actually maybe the actual offense now?
I want to see the middle of the field utilized. I mean, every team that's seen them use the middle of the field and all of a sudden they're productive. Don't you think they're smart enough that they're going to take that away this game? So they're going to go back
I got a good one.
They're going to go back to saying, Kenny Pickett, motherfucker, we're going to stack the middle and you go back to the outside and we'll take our chances.
McBride or Muth?
See, McBride is questionable, but if he plays, I go with McBride here.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. I'm interested to see for a multitude of reasons how this goes. You also know I love fucking Kyler. Well, hold on. I fucking love Kyler.
We all know who the quarterback of choice is in this game. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is starting to grow on me this new format because not only are we picking it's almost like we're pitting the skill position players against each other.
Yeah.
So not only are we ranking them 1 through 5, we're like, which one would you, if you had a slot, which one are you putting in? Yeah. All right. So who is the outside? Of course, Kyler's the number. Buzz light years ahead of motherfucking Kenny Pickett. So
just a little bit.
Yeah. So Disney Plus got the edge on that one. Buzz Lightyear's ahead.
Yeah.
Who is the top fantasy performer in the day?
Okay, so we're gonna
He said,
we're
rah, rah, rah. He sounded like a growling belly. He's like, rah, rah, rah.
so we're gonna do the same thing. The fringe players that aren't ruled out, we'll say they're playing.
This is a good one. Funny shit.
I'm I'm gonna go McBride. McBride number
Damn,
one.
a tight end is the top scorer.
No. Hold on. Connor will be the top scorer.
So
Revenge
you
game,
really think
goddammit.
Connor's gonna come here and get that revenge game against this? This defense does not give up runs. I mean, they give up passes. They don't give up a lot of running. I mean, they give up gash plays, but I don't think Connor's that fast type of back that can get started that quickly. But go ahead. And
Um,
then motherfucking Kyler loves to steal his touchdown. It continues to happen week in and week out. I watch Kyler still since
but
Kyler's
he
been back.
loves to
He
throw to him
stole
too,
like
though.
one or two touchdowns every week from him. I'm like,
He
damn.
loves to throw to Connor, though. He loves to throw it to him. So,
Mm.
um, so I'm going Connor McBride. Um, fucking Jalen Warren. Let's go. Um, Deontay.
Is that five?
No, that's four.
Oh, that's four.
And then I'm going Pickens because I feel like he's gonna do some bullshit and just catch like a 50-yard.
A fucking
Just
bomb.
right.
He's gonna have like two catches for 80 yards and a touch.
Yeah. Because Kyler has not established his relationship again with Hollywood. So I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with Rondell Moore. That's always a wild card. Dortch, even though I said would you play Dortch over
Every
and
time I get behind Rondell, it's like you talk about him and I see people pick him up and everybody get excited. And then when I finally put my chips in that table, he just dud out. And I'm like, man, I
it's
just
so
can't
frustrating because
trust him.
the guy is a fucking joystick and super athletic.
Yeah.
It just
They
bothers
just
the hell
don't
out of me.
utilize him enough. They need to find a way.
They need to
Instead of
find somebody on
waiting
another
till
team.
instead of waiting till 3rd and 12 and getting him involved, they need to get him involved in every play so you can keep using him. Because if a motherfucker's sitting on the sideline for the first two plays of the drive, and then you bring him in on the third play, what am I thinking? Oh, they brought him in. They're going to him. But
Right.
if you would have had him in there on first down when you ran it to Connor, then it's a little bit more deception there. Like, why would you wait to the specific play you want to get it to him to get him in the game? There's no
They're like
decoy action there.
they've been like poorly coached for years. I don't
They
understand what
really
they're doing
have.
up in
They
Arizona.
really have. No, I mean Bruce Arians was
Oh, well, yeah.
phenomenal. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they got to the Super Bowl with him,
So to run that back, so it's Connor McBride.
Wizard Hunt that they got to the Super Bowl with.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Like that was
It was Wizard Hunt versus Tomlin, yeah.
yeah.
Wizard Hunt and Russ Grimm. Remember, everybody was mad because the Steelers had brought in this no name from Minnesota, Tomlin over Russ Grimm and Wizard Hunt and blah blah blah. And that was the storyline. Yeah. But Bruce Arians, I want to say, was probably the best Arizona coach I can recall. Late.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
It was a while back.
I was gonna say, was that before Cliff? Or was there somebody before Cliff?
Oh, that was before Cliff Kingsbury, yeah.
Well, yeah, I know it was before that, but like how
Yeah, I want to say Bruce Arians had Arizona when what was the quarterback? It wasn't Murray. Kyler wasn't.
was it
Kyler
Kurt?
and
Wait, was it Kurt?
Who?
Kurt Warner. Was it Kurt Warner?
I think there was some Kurt in there because I know that's who we played in the Super Bowl, but that was
Yeah.
Wizenhunt and Grimm. Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway.
Sometimes that shit overlapped. But what was we asking? Where was we at?
So I'm just rehashing. So it was Connor, McBride, Deontay. Or no, Connor, McBride, Jalen, Deontay, and Pickens.
I'm gonna go Warren first.
Wow, number one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Number two for me is probably Deontay. Some reason, man. I think he's gonna go off.
Hey, go with your hunch, man. I get it.
Yeah. McBride probably 3. I just don't see Connor getting it on like that. Connor 4, and then like you said, some stupid, crazy Hail Mary shit to Pickens or maybe even Moof if the Moof shit continues. But
yeah, I thought about putting him in there, but I'm like, I need to see more, man. Like, I get it. 1 week does not make a career. I can't
and Moof is just wildly inconsistent anyway. Even before he got hurt and all of that. I mean, even when Ben was still here and throwing at the Firemouth, he was 1 week, 2 touchdowns, 8 receptions. Next week, 2 catches, 26 yards. It's like
it's so weird.
He
I would never understand.
No matter what.
All right, last 1 p.m. is Miami at Washington. My only kind of thing, I guess, A-Chain's coming back.
Again,
I think it's a bad idea. I wouldn't touch him this week.
Yeah, I would sit him down and just keep running the Mostert Jeff Wilson train. That it looked pretty good to me. They both was in and out, and
yeah.
I don't see any reason to rush.
No kind of rush it.
Yeah, I would kind of hold A-Chain until maybe week 16, 17, right before the playoffs. Tune them up a little bit and go into them playoffs strong.
Yeah.
Have him
you
fully
don't have a reason to rush him.
Yeah, they don't. Of course, we know the quarterback comparison. Do we even have to say it?
Yeah, obviously it's Powell.
Yeah, I'm about to say you don't even know his name.
That poor fucking guy. Yeah. Like, I have no idea how he's not hurt yet this year. Like, that dude's getting smushed. I mean, realistically, right? I mean, I guess the only kind of comparison or I guess the versus thing would be Mostert against Robinson. I mean, not really much. I mean, I'm going Mostert.
I'm going on the person with the more chances to score. And like, I don't care how good of a back you is. If you don't have an offense that can put you in position to score, then you're just a back. So
okay, what about Waddle against Scary Terry?
I would take Waddle.
Yeah, it really does feel like a man against boys thing here.
No chemistry with Howell and Scary Terry. Howell hit motherfucking Curtis Samuel or fucking Jahan Dotson before he hits fucking Scary Terry, it seems like.
I keep forgetting about Dotson. It shows kind of what he's done this year. All right.
Who's the top player? Do we even have to say who's the top player, fantasy player in this game?
No, obviously it's going to be Dylan Smythe, I believe his name is. I think that's the tight end.
He said Dylan Smythe.
Whatever the fucking guy's name is. Yeah, I mean, it's Hill. It's kind of like, oh shit, what? Oh, damn, what was his name? Hold on. All right, you remember that Chappelle show skit? Because it's been a minute. Okay, he's like the best rappers of all time, like the 5 best rappers. He's like Dylon,
Dylon,
Dylon.
Dylon, and Dylon. I spit that hot fire.
Basically, going to be who the top 5 players is going to be Hill, Hill, and
Hill,
Hill.
Hill, and Hill.
Like there's, it's not going to be a fun. I mean, it's going to be fun for fantasy because you're going to see your dudes go off, but like,
Yeah.
from a football standpoint, it's like, oh boy, this is unfortunate. But Miami also likes to like poop their pants, so who really knows? But I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be Hill, Mostert. I mean, Robinson will get his play. Gibson is completely off the map. He's completely inconsequential.
Mm-hmm.
There's no receivers on Washington side I want to touch. Like, I'm just hoping, Pow gets out of there without like going into some kind of coma from being hit so many times. It's sad. But I don't know what the weather's going to be like in Washington. Somebody said apparently it's like all rainy across the nation. That doesn't bode well for him at all. So,
yeah,
not much there.
My number 1, 2, and 3 is Hill, like you said. So now it's Hill, Mostert, Robinson, like you said, Waddle.
I don't even put him in because I can't even say he's actually playing because he gets about a quarter and he like breaks his leg.
And it's not A-Chain.
Like,
I guess I gotta say Scared Terry or Johan Dotson.
Yeah. Not a lot of meat on that bone, man. Like it's almost like we just went over our eligibles. So
yeah.
All right. Next game. About as exciting as the Chargers in New England. So Carolina and Tampa Bay. Gross. So I'm going to start the ghost of Christian McCaffrey.
He said the ghost.
So I will tell you this. Who'd you start, Thielen or Godwin?
God damn, that's a perplexing ass.
It's so gross.
That one is packed. That
it's
question.
Like, do you want to have cancer or AIDS? Which one?
And I'm sitting up there thinking of the treatments, like, oh, okay, so I get the this treatment, or I get the chemotherapy. Like, I mean, it is a train fucking wreck. That is a very perplexing question. God damn.
Why you think about that? Miles Sanders, you need to put him out to passer. That guy's terrible.
Yeah.
Chuba for president. Let's go, baby.
Quarterback, of course, Baker is the preferred option. Top fantasy performer in this game,
Evans.
Mike Evans.
Twice. Oh, yeah. Obviously.
Mike Evans. Rashad Wright.
Yeah. And Chuba, I'll put Chuba in there because he does things. He does things sometimes. That's where we're at with Carolina.
Yeah, that's
they do things sometimes.
I mean, Thielen and Godwin, whoever's out there, I still didn't answer the question. So
you sure didn't fucking answer that shit.
I guess I would go Godwin because he's just on a more productive offense. I mean, and I got more faith that Baker Mayfield can get it to Godwin than I have the faith that Bryce Young can get it to fucking Adam Thielen.
Yeah, Bryce Young's terrible.
Yeah. That Carolina owner is kicking himself. Like he probably replayed draft night like 50 times in his head. Like, why didn't I just tell myself Stroud? You know how you in fantasy when you find out that one player that produced and you got him sitting on the bench with all these points and you're like, why didn't something just wake me up, smack me in the back of the head, and tell me to put in such and such?
Oh, it's like when you draft Eckler. Yeah, I know.
No, but I'm saying I'm pretty sure that owner is like, why didn't something just come up and bite me and say Stroud? And then I just changed my mind. Damn.
A death
But
nail.
who knows if Stroud would even be playing this well in Carolina? Carolina's probably a terrible
Absolutely not.
environment.
Absolutely not. Okay, so probably the game of the week: Niners against Philly.
Possible NFC championship preview.
Yeah.
Most likely the NFC championship preview. Unless Detroit got something to say about it.
I mean, look, I would hope that this game kind of is reminiscent of Thursday's game. It should be an absolute just. It should be
Now,
fun.
now that we got two great matchups or two great teams, now really becomes interesting to find out who you feel is going to be the top fantasy performers in these games.
Yeah.
Because the
So I
stakes
do have a
go higher.
question.
It's like, okay, we was just playing with the chips down here in the normal casino. Now we went up to the black card room, and the chips are a
Yeah.
lot bigger.
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna ask this question before we start ranking. You have to start the duo. Do you start Debo and Ayuk or Brown and Smith?
God damn,
Right?
damn, holy shit! I'm gonna go Brown and fucking Smith.
I'm going Debo and Ayuk.
Okay, all right,
Yeah. I feel like
that's crazy. You got both of them fuckers. You got Brown and Ayuk.
I
Out of
sure
those
do.
four receivers, you got the two that probably is the more productive on their teams.
So here's why I picked it. Um, I feel like it's either a Brown or a Smith game. With Debo and Ayuk, they kind of both eat.
Yeah, it's almost like Philly's offense can only really pump up one player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get our five out here. Oh boy.
Quarterback
No, Hurts all day.
Hurts, yeah, way better than Purdy. I mean, now Purdy ain't no fucking trash now, but
Mm-mm.
he's not on Hurts's level. No.
No. So I don't want to say this because I'm facing them, but I'm going number one is Mac,
Yeah,
obviously.
C-Mac, me too.
Um, going Brown.
I'm going Brown because I feel like he's been left out of the offense for the past 2 weeks, so it's time to um, Jay Z him. It's time to reintroduce myself. My name is Brown, so I think he's gonna
I'm
smack the fuck out to him.
very excited about that. Um, so I'm gonna go Ayuk, and then who the hell's the running back? Jesus Christ!
Ooh,
I traded
Swift.
him. I forgot about him. Yeah, traded him. I forgot about him. Swift, and then I'm going. I'm going Debo.
I'm gonna go same C-Mac, Brown, uh, Swift, Debo, and Ayuk. No, did I say Swift or Smith? I said
It's
Swift, right?
Swift. Yeah.
Yeah. Smith is, yeah, I don't think Smith would probably Devontae would probably be like a six man coming off the bench if we was going six, but yeah. Yeah, so C
I
Mac,
hope.
Brown, Swift, because they're gonna run the shit out of even though San Fran's defense ain't gonna have all that running shit, but still with all that read option that they gotta follow, Swift always find the little holes. Um So yeah, C-Mac, Brown, Swift. Of course, I'm gonna take Devo, and then Ayuk. Yeah, that's it.
Real quick sidebar. Did you see Goodell is gonna try to
Talking about
ban?
he wants to ban what? It's not hurting anybody. It's because one team is too successful at it. You're gonna ban it? That
That
just don't look
motherfucker
good on his part. That don't look good
need,
on his part.
need to impeach him like we did Trump. Shit.
I mean, like I
Dude's a
understand like certain tackles that hurt people, like the horse collar tackle. I'm glad they instituted that rule. Now they need to institute this hip drop tackle that's hurting a lot of people's fucking legs. I understand that, but the tush push is a play. Has anybody have they
it's a
brought out the
quarter.
cart? Have
It's a
they brought out the
quarterback's.
cart
No, they
and
haven't.
have they brought out the cart and trotted anybody out because the tush push has significantly hurt anybody?
No, It's basically a quarterback sneak with like a dual back set.
So
They
how
just
can you ban it because one team is really good at it? Like that ain't gonna fly
did they?
well.
Let me ask you a
You better
question.
revisit that one.
Let me ask you a question. Did they ban the Wildcat? Oh no, they didn't. Oh,
No,
okay.
it just eventually went out of style. Like somebody's gonna find a way to stop that shit. It's just it hasn't happened yet. So don't take
Hey,
it out of the game. Yeah, that's not gonna fly over too well. You better
dude's a
revisit that one.
dude's a fucking tool shed.
Yeah.
All right. So next, the last one of the 4 o'clock. Uh, okay. Browns at Rams.
Flacco,
Okay.
Flacco is starting.
God.
Do you
Oh.
believe that that dude was a Super Bowl quarterback and was like the highest paid quarterback in the league at one point? Joe Flacco
I,
with the
oh.
Ravens. I remember that shit. They
I
won the
just
Super Bowl.
once again just the most Cleveland situation possible. I love it so much. Um, it's like so. Look, we're just gonna get into the number.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't even
just
know.
get
If,
it.
I
Stafford's
don't
the
even.
better player here. Okay, top score.
I'm going Sherman Williams.
Sherman Williams, absolutely.
Sherman, and I'm
Cleveland,
going.
Cleveland, good defense or not, nobody's impenetrable. So
Mm-mm. I'm going Sherman, Puka, Coop.
we're saying Puka before Coop. That is just insane. But
Well,
he's hurt.
hold on though. So Puka, then Cooper, then Cup.
Oh, Amari Cooper. Damn.
Because what did we talk? What have we said about him? He is literally he's game proof. He's
Yeah,
quarterback proof. He,
this
he
dude is productive. I really, I mean, I don't know his stats. I've never really had him. I've never had any stock or shares in him. But I bet if you go back and let's go back 50 games of his and look at his stats, I want to say he's going to be consistent pretty much 70% of the time. That
yeah
dude he rarely has just a straight zero production game.
yeah um yeah. So Cup is number 4. I don't have a 5. I don't think there's 5 here.
Um, for me, I'm going to say the same thing with you. Sherwin Williams, 1, Puka, 2. I guess I'm going to have to say Cooper with you, too, 3. Um, and then Cup, 4. My 5th would be Ford, Jerome Ford, the running back. Him or
Okay.
Hunt, one of them two. One of them
Yeah,
running backs is gonna get a fucking touch.
yeah, it could happen. Yeah, it's yeah. I'll go with the hybrid. One of those two. Fair enough.
One of those two Cleveland backs is gonna get a tutty.
Yeah. All right. So Sunday night game is Chiefs at Green Bay. So I'm going to ask you a quick question. Would you start Rice or Dobbs?
Rice all day.
Yeah, that's yeah. Um, look, number one, Kelsey.
Well,
Um,
we don't have to even name the quarterbacks.
yeah, I did.
Did you say you didn't even? Let's not even talk about. Kelsey top scorer.
Yeah, Kelsey. I'm gonna go Pacheco.
Yeah, I'm right. I'm right up. I'm on the same train.
I'm gonna go Rice. Well, yeah, I'm going Rice.
Same train still.
Dobbs. Yeah, Dobbs, and then I'll go.
Kansas City. I don't know. Have they been getting gashed by the run? I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it feels gross. I mean, you could
No,
interchange Dobbs and
Kansas City's game plan is going to be like, fuck you, love. We're going to stop your running game. You beat us in the air. Yeah. They're not going to let their Dylan or anybody get started back there. Yeah.
Dylan's number 5. His fat ass will tumble into the end zone.
He will. He will. We're on the same train. Let me see. You said Kelsey.
Yep.
Man, you said Pacheco.
Yep.
Rice. Instead of Dobbs, I'm gonna say Watson.
Fair. I mean, I feel like it those are interchangeable too. It's like
yeah, one of them two. But yeah, I'm gonna say Watson because Dobbs is on my team and it don't work out well. So I'm gonna go outside of my team. Watson, and then like you said, fucking Dylan's fat ass will roll in that fucking end zone somehow.
literally and figuratively, he will literally in there. Fucking roly poly big motherfucker.
Yep.
Oh god. And then we have the Monday night game is Cincy at Jacksonville. It looks like ETN's gonna play.
Man,
It's
can you imagine
questionable.
if this game had a Burrow in it? It would be like a premier game, but because it don't got Burrow, it's just like, oh yeah, this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a running game fest, I feel.
It might be over.
Yeah. So I mean,
That is
because of
somebody you
that,
did snipe. Motherfucking Dearness Johnson. I was like, ooh, that could be a great handcuff. He took the handcuff to the fucking handcuff. I was like, oh, he handcuffed. You handcuffing son of a bitch. You motorboating son of a bitch.
legitimately like
I thought everybody
90%
was
of my
jumping on that
bench.
Tate Bigsby dude. I remember how productive Dearness Johnson was in Cleveland. I was like,
Yeah.
ooh, that is a great motherfucking handcuff. And they starting to put him in and getting like little dump offs and receptions, and even with ETN there. So I was like, ooh, that is a nice addition. I looked up and seen D Johnson for whoever the fuck. I was like, oh, this dude.
You knew what it was. Get the fuck out of here. You knew what happened.
Oh my god, you be in my head, I swear to God. It's
Oh
like
man.
it's like I be having a thought and I be sitting up there talking to myself, and you be on like a little sofa on the couch in my head. Like, what you say? I be like, God damn, you in my head, living there and shit on a little sofa inside my head.
Yeah. It's it's really it really comes down to whoever gets to the person first.
Yeah,
That's
that
really what
Noah
it
Brown
is.
thing. I did not. I swear that Noah Brown thing. I was like, I swear I was like an hour right before I was about to do it. You had done it 1 hour before. I was like, oh my god. Like I said, I looked to the back of
Oh
my
man.
head, and you was in my head with the remote on the couch. Like, yeah, I'm living here.
Oh, I got you, bitch. Oh man.
Oh
That's funny.
man,
All right. Well, being that
quarterback.
ETN,
Of course, we don't got to say, yeah.
yeah.
If Burrow was there, who would you? Burrow
Oh,
or Lewis?
Burrow,
Yeah,
5 times over,
yeah,
easy.
yeah.
And it's funny,
Um,
Burrow gets so much shit. I'm like, dude is super talented. Like, I don't know why people give him hell. I mean,
He
he's
looked like a
not. He's
grown-up
not.
Macaulay Culkin. I tell you that.
I mean,
He looked
I mean
exactly like Macaulay Culkin.
they do not employ pretty quarterbacks out in Cleveland or Cincy. They have weird. They got weird water or something. I don't know what's happening. They had that, then they had gingivitis for the longest time. So, you know, but
So, okay.
ETN is number one. Um, ETN is number one. I'm going. I'm going Mixon number two.
Same train.
Uh, I'm gonna put Kirk in
Same
three.
train.
I'll put Jamar in fourth,
Same train.
and there's a wild card. I'm putting Dearneston at five because I feel like this game's gonna get out of hand, and
Damn. I was on the train until that last stop. I was like, hey, bus driver, can you let me off right here? Because I don't know where he's fucking going. He was like, next stop, Ross Garage. And you was like, motherfucker, we
so
going. And I was like, no, we ain't. Get me
here
off.
here's why. Here's why. Because they're not gonna run him ragged because they're not gonna need to. Dude's already banged up. So he'll get his, but I think they're gonna run Dearness probably from like 7, 8 minutes left in the third on. And he's just gonna run. Now if he was fully healthy, no, he wouldn't be on this roster.
Mm. I'm going to go, like you said, ETN, hands down, probably number one. And, since he is not going to attempt to really throw it too much, so it's definitely a mixing game.
Yeah.
Um, Number three, Kurt. Number four, Chase. You got to. And then five is Ridley to me.
I get it. I'm so scared of him because it's like now all of a sudden you want to
We
score
got a
and
resurgence, yeah. So yeah,
I
but
just I completely
you have
get
to
it.
account for them. You can't just. If you had
Yeah.
them right now, you would not be sitting them.
No, absolutely not. But I also I'm also aware of like how much are they really gonna need to do
Well, at
through
least
the
that
air.
first and second quarter, they got to at least establish that
Yeah.
hey, we coming at your throat. Like a lot of those games, the NFL games, it's like the first half is almost like a test. It's really like if you were in a boxing match, it's really sparring and knowing where to hit your partner. I mean, it's like, okay, whoever you fighting, you want to tap the rib and see if that's a sensitive area. Tap the head. Like, there's a lot of stuff that is just fillers, antenna out in that first quarter, that first half. And then that second half is this is what we learn and let's capitalize on it. And that's why a lot of times the most important drives are the big ones to begin a game and the
Yeah.
one that's coming out that first drive after halftime, because that kind of sets the tone of what's about to fucking happen.
Yeah. I don't know. He's just so goddamn it inconsistent that I I would do everything in my power to like not have him. I just don't want to play that game.
Well, I'm glad. I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm just ecstatic I don't got him, but I'm glad I don't have to,
Make that
get on
decision.
that moving train or to play that game of roulette. I mean, I'm glad I don't have a revolver and I put one bullet in, spin the barrel, and be like, sit it down and see if I'm gonna just shoot myself in the fucking head. Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, man, I think this is really fun. I like this. I didn't know we were gonna go through it like this, but I
Yeah, the
enjoyed that a
top
lot.
five, and then pitting interesting. I mean, we didn't do that with every matchup, but certain players that are
Yeah,
pretty much got similar production, or that might be kind of the same, or that might have been wildly productive in years past, but now has fucking stepped back to a level of a lesser receiver. Who are you going to start? So it was very interesting,
yeah.
perplexing. That damn Chris Godwin, fucking what was it again? Chris Godwin and
Thielen.
Thielen, yeah, that was a cold selection. Like, God damn. Like, it would be Godwin all day, but this season, it's the exact motherfucking mirror. It's the exact chance you're taking. Crazy.
Yeah. I'm seeing all these updates from Schefter here. Like,
oh, for real? Oh, I didn't get anything yet.
Well, because I have so I have the notifications turned on here. So
well, I got them too, but they don't come as frequently as maybe my first year in fucking with Sleeper. But
I have it like on Twitter. So
okay, so you got Twitter shit.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff. So Keenan Allen is expected to play. Chris Godwin is likely to play.
So for real with that neck injury? See, last time I didn't fucking put him in with that neck injury, he went off for like 25. So now I might have to start him.
Hollywood
is the same situation.
Hollywood's expected to play.
Yeah,
Trey McBride, Tank Dell is expected, and Noah Brown is expected. Olave is expected. So yeah, a bunch of stuff just came through. And funny enough, let me see.
You putting all good news. Anybody with bad news?
Not yet. No. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the people seven of the things I mentioned, 5 of them affect me and my opponent. So like, oh well, all right. Yeah, but no one's been ruled out other than who's ever been ruled out already. So, but this is kind of around that time where things start kind of flowing. So we'll know a lot more in the morning around 9, 10. A lot of things will come out, and everyone will be tilted and pissed off. So, yay, fantasy. But yeah, good stuff.
One thing I do go into this week is, I hate to say it, but I don't have any stress whatsoever. So it's like, I hate the fact that I'm out of it, but I'm not stressed out about anything. It's like, I don't have a care in the world. I'm just going to truly enjoy the games because it's like, okay, I want to win, but I'm so far out of it that if I don't, then it's a lot less consequence for some reason. I don't know. This is the first time I've ever felt like this.
You're going to win this week, and it's going to put you right in that, no. It's like
I told you, I mean, you don't watch the Batman movies, but there was the most recent Batman. Well, I ain't gonna say the most recent, but the one where Bane is the villain. He's in a prison that you can clearly get out of, but it's built so high and it has no roof, so you looking at the sky and you have a sense of fucking hope that you can somehow escape this prison. If they would have just blocked this thing off and told you had no hope, you would have an easier time because there's no hope. So if I do win, that means that damn prison lid is going to come open and I'm going to have hope and get crushed again. So I don't know. It's over. I'm going to just let it be. Like I said, I've never had any fantasy week where I just really didn't have like emotions really running high. I mean, emotions are still there because I want my players to perform. Even when I was out of it by 100 to you and Guyton was suiting up, I just wanted him to score. I just wanted to see it. I didn't give a fuck if I was done. Just want to see my players produce. So I'll still have that, but there's no pressure or there's no, I got to win tomorrow or else. It's like I'm pretty much out of it, and I'm playing
beautiful disaster.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the first time I'm in any of my, like, I'm not going in with an ounce of animosity, so to speak. It's just, it is what it is.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I'll be excited to see how you are next week, where you're frazzled and you got gray hairs and all that fun stuff.
I already got them. They're already there. I would say they can't get no gray, but they can. They can turn white. So I'm gonna try to hold on to grays.
Well, we'll see how those. We'll see if they get any later next Tuesday.
Yep. All righty then.
All right. Well, yeah. So happy Easter. Bye.
He said Easter.